Oh, Alhamdulillah and Assalamualaikum to everybody. Welcome to the Afiq and Amin podcast. God knows what episode this is. I think it's number 8. Today we've got a very interesting topic. There's been news that there's going to be a new COVID strain, might be another pandemic. And of course, we also know, if you've been following the market, another recession is coming. So what can you do as a business owner, as an employee, as a person today to be able to protect yourself, to prepare yourself for a bad scenario? What if, there's another pandemic as well as a recession, left, right, center, gerbak-gerbu, macam. How are you going to handle this? This is Afiq from Modern Muslim Finance, and this is my brother from another mother, Amin from CMO Media Lab. So, Amin, you've been in business for a while now. How did previous COVID, right, would that happen in 2020? What did you learn? What happened? What did you learn from it? And how did you protect your business?
Yeah, I think most importantly, right, we need to understand that when it regards with business and all that, right, nothing is for certain. Death is the only certainty lah, and tax. As cliche as it sounds, right? Right. So basically, for most of the business owners, especially people in the service line, F&B line, right, it hits us a lot because we are all consumer dependent. I'm business dependent, but my clients are consumer dependent. Yeah, so it's a chain effect, right? So when they have no results, they have no money, it translates to me. So they stop campaigns, they are more apprehensive in spending, they are more, on the defense mode, survival mode, right? So what I learned back then is actually to diversify. Yeah. So
diversify. Tell me more.
Yeah. So we as a business, we cannot, put all our eggs into one basket or one nest. It's very dangerous. So diversify in what you are good at. So that's why I look into teaching, right? Skill sets. Because as bad as how pandemic is, right? Anything that goes down will eventually go back up. So during the down period is where people are cultivating new skill set, right? Trying to do new things, right? Improve themselves and all whatnot, right? At the same time, there is our emerging market after. There will always be a recovery period. So that's why I don't like to be a pessimist and think that, a recession is coming, a pandemic is coming, right? And say that it's going to be detrimental to business. I mean, you have to get prepared, right? If you know you can safeguard yourself in understanding that natural disasters, pandemics, uncertainty will happen most of the time every 5 to 10 years. And it's the period of time frame is coming closer and closer, if you realize, right? It used to be like, anywhere from 7 to 8 years, right? Then, the last time I think when we had this, a big one was SARS.
H1N1. 2000.
SARS was the biggest.
2000.
2004, 2006,
2004.
Yeah. 2004, 2003. After that, the Lehman Brothers, remember?
2008.
A lot of people lost their jobs, right? Yeah, back then when I was still very young. I mean, the 911 incident.
Still very young, I see.
Yeah, the 911 incident. So every like anywhere from 3 to 5 to 7 years, right? Something big is gonna happen.
Yep.
Yeah. However, people need to understand that where the market goes down, people are making money.
Yeah.
There are always two sides to a story. Know where it rains. Right? That's why I always hear our investors says, right? Like, if you know where it rains, you'll get rich. If you know where it rains, you'll be able to make decisions. Yeah. It's drought on certain areas, but it's raining on certain areas. How many multi-millionaires were made during the last COVID? A lot of multi-millionaires. The multi-millionaires, the billionaires, right, are making significant amount of money. Their wealth went up by a lot, right? So basically, for my own business, knowing that, okay, it's a skill set, it's something that my primary business is towards business. What if I pivot and change towards consumers to better themselves, to make sure that they are digital savvy, right? To make sure that their own self-value increases.
Yeah.
Right? So basically, I pivoted and realized that if I have no secondary business which is connected to my primary business, if something were to hit, I'll die.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So there's that. We always need to understand what we are good at. Most of the people try to do something which they see what I call the shiny object syndrome.
Yes.
It works for other people and you think it will work for you. Then the next best thing happened. The next best thing happened. Affiliate marketing. After that, another what like MLM lah. And you think that you get rich quick, which is not the case.
Yeah.
Most of the people who are good at it are actually ones that have failed. They try and try again, right? So like people like me, I know a lot of other people during the pandemic, they pick up digital skills, right? Social media marketing, SEO, Google Ads, right? But after the pandemic died down or subsided, right? It's not something that is what they are looking at.
Yeah.
Right? They don't understand that business requires sales, requires you to go out there, requires you to have a plan, right? To have a team, eventually creating a team and all of that. So most of it fizzles out, right? So there is still a market, but you always need to understand the needs of a market, right? So the product market fit, right? You need to understand if you create something which is good, but it's only good for yourself and people don't want it, there's no point in doing it, right? So certain things which are perennial to people out there, right, is skill sets, the need of self-improvement, the need to be better, right? To have safety nets, right? To make sure that if it doesn't make if I don't make it at one angle, there's contingency plan B, right? So for people like me, right, it's actually to understand that okay, if education is something that is important, right? People see this as an avenue to be more sustainable. So I ventured into teaching like Google Ads, right? SEO not so much because SEO takes too much time, right? But quick, because you can't dedicate 1 year to a person to learn, then try out, right? So Google Ads is much quicker. You can pick it up in, let's say, 2-3 months with another try and error of another 6 to 8 months, right? It'll be okay, right? As long as you put effort into it, right? So that's me in terms of my own business, right? Pivoting from agency work to education towards consumers. What about you? What about you, Afiq?
Oh, how about I think from a personal perspective, and a lot of our people are watching, both on both ends of the spectrum. You have business owners, you have employees, you have personal types. And I service, both ends of the spectrum. So I've seen during the pandemic, I've seen people, lose their businesses, lose their jobs. And I've seen the resilient ones come aboard. And one of the common threads I see is what you say is this, is skills. And skills are something you can learn, you can pick up. Whether it's in digital marketing, I see so many of my machi clients started a cottage industry, jual kuih, jual epo, you know what I mean? And food is one of those things that if you can make it well, you'll never go out of business. Don't get me wrong, food is not easy to do. It's not easy to do, especially if you can do it well, and the margins are quite thin. But, at the end of the day, when your main source of income stops and you got no choice, right? Then how? So like you mentioned, skills. Picking up a skill. A skill can be anything as long as you can think of a problem that needs solving. Right? You see a problem. How can I solve that problem? I see people, baju koyak. Can I learn how to sew and do alteration and do mending? Of course, right? And this goes back to what the ESG, the green thing, sustainability, reuse, recycle. Can't see, just an idea. So out there, those people out there who are thinking of like a side hustle, if you know how to, jahit baju, do alteration, do repairs.
Start small.
Start small. Right? That has to be super grand because lots of folks, like you said, the shiny object syndrome. They say, my friend do MLM, my friend do affiliate marketing, my friend do this, my friend do crypto, my friend, they all make money. I also want to join. But here's the thing about skills. It takes time.
Yes.
My colleagues in my industry say, wow, Afiq, how come you no need to work so hard, you still make a lot of money? I'm like, I've been honing my skills for the past 11 years. Today, somebody sits down in front of me, I can look at them, ask them a few questions, understand the problems, how to solve them, and I get paid to do that. But if you expect to just jump the gun and try to figure out, try to reach the finish line before you even find out where your starting point is, bilang mau game, bro.
Exactly.
And so coming soon, folks. look at this from the next 6 to 12 months. This is April of 2023. If you're watching this, in the next 6 to 12 months, be wary of something big happening in the markets. You know, there could be a recession, there could be another pandemic. I mean, the signs are all there. You know, your employment numbers are down, your interest rates are high, inflation is high. The war with Russia and Ukraine is still going on. Could there be another recession? I mean, the pundits out there are talking about, oh, recession, even though we're seeing a bit of a bull indicator right now, things going up slightly. But be prepared for the worst. Because the only thing, like you said, I mean, is certain death and taxes. Confirm mampus, confirm kena tax. And in some countries, ada mampus punya tax. Kau dah mampus pun they tax.
Yeah, you know, people in the US, right? If they earn 1 million, basically after tax, they earn less than 500,000.
Huh.
So for you to be a quote unquote millionaire, not by asset base, by liquid, right? You need to be like earning 2 million minimum, 2 to 3 million.
So here's the thing. So for everybody out there, whether you're a business owner, whether you're a self-employed like myself, or you know you're an employee, be prepared for the worst case scenario. We've lived through COVID-19. Yes, we transitioned to Zoom, we transitioned to online meetings, and I'm loving it, to be frank. I'm loving it. Do I miss talking to people, touching them appropriately? touching and feeling people appropriately? Yes, of course. And there's been no doubt that going things online has helped a lot of businesses as well. I'll be the first to tell you, I love my Zoom meetings. I love all the online meetings, get things done quickly, chop chop. And then for more intimate sessions, you know, have in-person counseling, talking to people, then absolutely. And so should there be another pandemic around the corner, another strain of COVID, another something happens, take the lessons that we had from 2020 to 2022, right? Whatever we learned in COVID, and apply now. How best can we do it?
Exactly, to prepare.
To say pandemic comes, then I learn a skill.
Yeah, exactly. It's too late, right?
Start now.
Exactly. Start now. Start small, right?
Start now. Yeah. See, like this is the book I'm reading right now. Again.
Tony Robbins.
Book. Tony Robbins, Unshakable, about money. I am in personal finance and I'm reading about how to manage money.
And so, me, you know what I'm doing now? I just bought a course, right, for people who are doing Google Ads, but people who are doing Google Ads at a higher level, right? So it's all the testing is all being done and all of that. Even I'm self-improving.
So all of you out there, if you're watching, you have a knife. You have a knife.
Sharpen that knife.
You must sharpen that knife. Knife, after a while, you use, it gets dull, the tumpul. Sharpen your knife. Sharpen your knife. And here's the thing. I mean, you and I both cook. We cook a lot at home. How many knives do you have at home?
I have one big ass parang, then the sharp knives. I have two sharp knives. My mother is afraid to use it because it's so sharp, but that's the point.
That's the point. I have three. I have my chef's knife, I have my paring knife, and I have my filleting knife. All three are kept razor sharp. My mother-in-law comes to my house, takut nak pakai kau punya pisau.
Yes.
Tajam sangat. Your knives are so blunt, I cut myself. Oh, that's worse.
Exactly. It moved to the side and all of that. No, I just
On a side note, my knife is so sharp. The other day I was peeling onions. I accidentally brushed my ring finger against it. I didn't see. I was picking up the onion. Accidentally brushed. Next thing I know, why am I bleeding? So, back to the story. All of you have knives. You may have the one knife that you're using every day. Do you need to sharpen it? Yes, of course, please. But can you pick up other knives? Can you pick up? Exactly. Plenty, right? Yeah. For example, I mean, what's one skill that's totally unrelated to digital marketing that you have? But go.
One skill that is unrelated
to your current business that you can today earn a living from.
To be cooking biryani.
Masak. Ta-da!
Masak. Yes. And my mother can jahit and all that, right? Yeah. My sister can teach and all that. So yeah.
Right. You and I
we have to look inside ourselves, to be honest.
Can you somebody to cook, for example?
Yeah. I still remember this saying. If you are born poor, right, it's not a choice. But if you die poor, ultimately it's 100% your fault. It's what you do with your life, what you do with the skill set that we have. I know people who have much less and know lesser than what we do now, and they still do so much more than us.
Yes.
It's about the effort and putting in the right effort, right? To know when to call it quits, to know that you need certain kinds of, coaching, you need certain kinds of advice, right?
Yeah.
So most of us, right, we understand that your advice will die, right? So to prepare yourself for the next downtrend, right, is actually starting from now. Most of them, or most of the people who are successful, right, they don't feel it. The only reason is because they are prepared, right? And also they have enormous amount of wealth. Not richer as wealth.
Yeah.
Wealth, that's a different thing. Right. So if you are out there, right, be it your business, be it your employee, be it your stay-at-home mom or dad, right? Do something to prepare yourself. The only way for you to get more is to supplement by doing something else
Mm.
on the sideline,
Mm.
right?
Absolutely.
X is going to yield you X, right? X plus one is going to yield you X plus one. And everybody needs to understand that. Nobody is going to tell you what to do. You have to look into yourself and try to understand what you are good at,
Mm.
right? And see what can I monetize with my own knowledge.
Yeah.
And if knowledge is my power, and if knowledge is my way to make money, why not? To be honest out there, to be honest, especially for those Muslim folks, right? The ustaz and ustazah, what are they doing? They're basically essentially preaching, but they are also selling knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah.
After that, they diversify.
Yeah. I love the whole I love education as a niche because not only is it a niche, it's also super broad. One of my gurus told me this. It's not what you teach, it's how you teach. Right? It's how you teach. And I love it, especially when we look at it for what you just said. You're born poor, no choice. That's your luck. But if you die poor, it's your fault.
Yes.
Remember a few episodes ago, we talked about everything is my fault.
Yep.
Everything is your fault. Right? If you decide to be today, tak apa, kita chill lah. Tak payah buat apa-apa lah. Tawakal je lah. Allah will give. Mana ada. Right? We got such thing one. So we know that the world is moving faster and faster and faster.
Everything.
Things are getting more, I wouldn't say difficult, but I would say interesting and more challenging for the average person. Absolutely. Will there be more catastrophes coming? There will always be catastrophes coming. There will always be earthquakes, always be tsunamis, always be storms, more and more and more. There will always be there. Will there be man-made catastrophes? COVID, my stance is still man-made. COVID, man-made, wars are coming, financial crises. Are there both man-made and human-made, man-made and God-made catastrophes? Yes. That is a fact of life, right? I saw this thing. I saw this one a long time ago. Life is about suffering. To live is to suffer. To live is to suffer. Now, that's not a bad thing. Because, have you ever played video game? You ever played video game before? Yes. Play video game on easy, after a while, no kick, you get bored, right?
Yeah.
Right. You play on medium difficulty, hard difficulty, yeah, there's a sense of achievement. And so if life was made for you to suffer, then I think I want to throw in some Bob Marley shit here, where it's something you're worth suffering for.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Find something.
In times of difficulty is when we test ourselves and we know what our limits are. So if we are every day going to the norm, right, and nothing is being, we are not being pushed, then we never really get tested. So if you really want to get tested, you need to be pushed to the point where either you break or you make.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly right. Exactly right.
So push and push and push and keep going. And so for all of us out there, the thing is bad times are coming. Right? That is life. You have bad times, you have good times, you have bad times. The thing about most of us is this: we don't realize the good times are here until the bad times come.
Yes, exactly.
So be thankful. Alhamdulillah, if you have a roof over your head, you have enough food in your fridge, you have a happy family, you are healthy. Alhamdulillah, give thanks. These are the good times, right?
Yeah.
And when the bad times come, be prepared for it. I'm a personal finance guy, so I always tell people, make sure you have some savings in the bank, make sure you have enough insurance, make sure you're growing your money, make sure you're planning for the worst case scenario. Have your will written for you. Right? For example, there's a hadith from Prophet Muhammad. It is not permissible for a Muslim to go 2 nights without having his wasiat ready and written with him. Just the other day, not just the other day, yesterday, a friend of mine gave me a call and said his colleague in his 30s, kena stroke. Cannot
crap.
talk. And just only 1.5 weeks ago, no, now in hospital, the wife scrambling, they got 3 kids to feed. Then how? You know, so you
Exactly.
think about all these things. Prepare for the worst. You know, put in place for this particular chap, he should have put in place his lasting power of attorney, you know, so that the wife can do all the different things necessary, open, close bank account, sell the house if necessary, whatever. Right? But my point is this: good times will come, bad times will go. This too shall pass. And here's the thing, that phrase that I just said, this too shall pass, is so powerful in my opinion. Because good things will pass, bad things will pass. Today, if you're watching in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, you know, you're in prime of your life, this too shall pass.
Yep.
And if you're going through hell, Winston Churchill said this: if you're going through hell, keep going. Like,
Yes.
this too shall pass, inshallah.
Agree.
Okay,
Exactly.
so come hell or high water, whatever's coming in the future, I mean, whatever's coming in the future, God knows. Be prepared. Take
Just
your
be prepared
knives,
for
go and
it,
sharpen,
right?
pick up
Do
another
what
few
you have to do,
knives,
basically. Do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Our
do
friend Amin is also gonna, alhamdulillah, getting married soon. Yes, brother. Yes.
Yes.
So now your singlehood, your macho man,
It's about
yeah,
time.
let's go. That too shall pass.
Right. So for people out there, right, is actually to start planning now. You start planning when it hits, it'll be too late. Everybody will be scrambling by then, and the panic will sink in, and everybody will be all hell's break loose. Okay. Yeah. So it's to prepare now, right? Pick up skills now. Always keep learning, always keep testing, always keep doing something new. Right? You have much more to gain than you have to lose. What do you have to lose? A few hours? That's it. But if you learn something new and it yields you results, you have more to gain, right? Yes. So we humans are also having that risk aversion, that they are more inclined to do something when there is possibility of loss than it is for something to gain. Right? Knowing that, then you have to understand that the choice lies with you, and you are the sole owner of your life. So what you do with it, ultimately, you reap the consequence, you reap the results. Right? Nothing comes easy. Everybody try and error. Right? So people like me as a business owner, right? If you have never had a company that you have never run at 10,000, you won't know how to run a $100,000 firm at 100 to 1 million, and 1 million to 10 million, right? If you ask a commoner out there, oh, they want lots of money. Okay, I put you in a position where you run a $10 million firm. You're probably going to run it to the ground.
Yeah.
Because you have no knowledge, you have no idea how it works. You know what makes it run, right? And the only way to make it run, and I always tell my staff all the time, knowledge is power. Always keep on learning. Don't be too egotistical and think that, oh, I know everything, right? There's always something to learn. You always must keep learning. The moment you stop, somebody else is going to take over you. And that's where somebody supersedes you. Be it in Islam, be it in business, be it anything. Don't have the ego. Strap it away.
Absolutely, you're totally right. And that's the best part of all, right? That's the best part of all. I mean, life goes on.
Life goes on either way.
Life goes on. If you all have already watched the movie John Wick 4, Chapter 4, John Wick Chapter 4, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it. You know, good things will come, bad things will come. Life goes on. You know why? And to quote from John Wick 4, such is life. Dah.
I don't know.
That's how we're gonna end today. We're looking forward to all of you at the next episode. Let us know what you learned during the pandemic of COVID-19 in 2020 to 2022. Tell us what you learned, how you coped, what were the new skills you picked up. Let us know in the comments below. Share with us so that we can, inshallah, help you along and maybe invite you on as a guest and share. Why not? All right. So this is Afiq from Modern Muslim Finance. That is my brother from another mother. Apa nama dia?
Amin.
Amin aja, amin. Ya Rabbal Alamin. So folks, if you're watching this, Salam Ramadan Mubarak. Selamat berbuka. We'll see you at the next episode. See ya when we see ya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.